welcome to another Gold Nugget. Today's special guest, silver expert Dave Morgan. Well, with gold well above $1,000 an ounce, it's only a matter of time before silver leaps above its 2008 high point. And I can't think of a better guest to discuss this topic with than silver expert David Morgan. David is a leading precious metals market and mining sector guru, editor of the Morgan Report, and author of Get the Skinny on Silver. Welcome back, David.
Chris, it's great to be with you.
I'd like to teleport back in time, 1965, when silver coins started to switch from 90% silver to 40%, and then, well, as we all know, 0% precious metals content. And from your writing, it's clear that it had a really big impact on you as well as many of us in this sector. Why don't you give folks an idea of how that impacted you and your career?
Excuse the pun. I mean, I was getting 25 cents a week allowance as an 11-year-old kid, and then one day I got one of these Johnson slugs. It was, cupro nickel, they call it. It was copper coated with zinc or nickel, and I looked at it from the side and said, these two cannot be equal. One is silver and one isn't, and yet they look almost the same. And as you said, the only silver coinage after 65 was the half dollars that were 40% up till 71, I believe. You'd have to check me on that. But it had an impact. I just thought, why is it being done was my main question. Not is it being done, it was a prima facie evidence. There it is, right in front of you. But why? Why would the government go from, silver to something else? And so that question stayed with me, and it kind of set me on the path that, of course, I'm on now. So,
I think it's an interesting point because we really have taken sound money for granted in this country and a strong dollar. But, when I was growing up, not uncommon to get a handful of change from the 5 and dime or the convenience store, and there would be a few quarters, dimes in there, and one of them would be 90% silver. Good luck finding those silver coins now.
To me, it just showed how asleep the American public is about sound money. Now, there were a lot of people out there that weren't, and they were taking the slugs into the bank and exchanging them for rolls of coinage, and then going through the coins, picking out all the silver, and doing that process again and again and again. In fact, that actual diligence of somebody doing that again and again and again made this person one of the best and richest silver investors in the world. What he did was he basically would go in and get coinage, go through it, pull out all the silver coins, save them, take the slugs back, exchange them for more, and on the process. Once he got several bags of silver, he took that into the bank and got a loan on it. Took that loan money, bought more coins, and kept the process going. So this guy acquired, just by basically sorting coins, literally a mass fortune in silver coinage at the same face value as the slugs.
Well, a few years ago, I did the same thing with half dollars. You can still find them. People turn them in there. There's no reason why, if you have to stop inside a branch or location, request a $20 roll or $10 roll of these half-dollar Kennedys, and occasionally you will find a half-dollar or a dollar silver coin or more. It wasn't uncommon just a few years ago to find 3 or 4 in there, but, good luck with the dimes and quarters. Until 2008, it seemed like most folks were convinced that precious metals would remain a barbarous relic, but I think you'd agree the credit crisis, that supplied a hefty dose of reality. The world is awash now in debt and leverage, or whatever term you want to use for it, and there's only one asset class that's free from such encumbrances, and that's gold and silver.
What people don't understand is that the whole system is just that. It's a system. So if you have a mining share or a silver certificate, some paper form of gold or silver, or what bond, a stock, a real estate investment, it's all dependent on a broker or a bank to clear. In other words, you cannot get cash without going through the system, whereas gold and silver coinage or even bullion is free of that. So not that you'd ever need to, but you could exchange it directly. You could take, silver dollars, either old ones or current silver eagles, and exchange them directly for, gas or house payment or whatever. Now, is that commonplace? Of course not, and very few people do it, although it can be done and is being done, but very, minuscule scale. But the point point is that if everything has a problem, meaning that you have a bank failure in your local bank or even a national banking crisis, you've got an asset class that stood the test of time for 5,000 years, and it doesn't need a middleman of any way, shape, or form. So, again, will you need to do that? Probably not. But it's nice to know that you've got something that you can touch that is free of all electronic forms of trading that you know is going to let you sleep soundly at night.